Yeah, I mean it's obviously frustrating conceding as many goals in one game as we have all season. You know, played a back line together that hasn't been able to train together at all with the injury situation and the quick turnaround. At the same time, it's my responsibility to make sure that I do a better job in getting the players prepared for a game like this, no matter who's on the field. So I've said it over and over again: trust everybody in that locker room, and obviously a difficult result here on the road. No excuses from me. Needs to be better, and I'll make sure I do a better job next week.
How much perspective do you put on a game like this? Because it wasn't only the injuries. I mean, if you look at the statistics, it looks like a regular Louisville City game where you outshoot them, you outpossess them. You have all those chances. Do you just kind of chalk that one up to that's how the game goes sometimes, or do how do you kind of walk away from this one?
Yeah, I think you walk away and you learn quite a bit. I think first and foremost, I think we conceded 4 goals on 5 shots. So as you alluded to, it's a difficult moment, and you look at how the game played out. Certainly extremely frustrated. We gave too much space in behind. Our shifting wasn't good enough from the back. Our initial pressure wasn't good enough from the front, and you know, you can't concede the same goal over and over again, not learn from it in the middle of the game. We talked about it at halftime after the first goal. So, while we created plenty of chances and conceded 5 shots, 4 of them were goals. So there's a lot to take from it.
Is there something that they were doing to you consistently? It just looked like, you had a high line defensively and they got in behind on a few counterattacks there. Is that something that you felt like was happening over and over where all the goals, kind of different?
I felt like I think all 4 goals were very similar. Obviously, one's a penalty, but it comes from a ball over the top. The first goal, we switch off in transition when the ball gets cleared from the top of the box, and then we lose our runner in the box. So I wouldn't say necessarily things that they were doing, but lack of pressure on the ball from us, and then certainly lack of recognition of when we need to drop. So it was for me 4 very similar goals, and comes from a high line that uh, you know again, not good enough pressure on the ball, and not dropping at the right moment.
What was your message to the guys after that game? I mean, because you were 13 games into this season unbeaten, and like I said, statistically, you look on paper and you say that the attack was there. Did you keep it in perspective, or was it more about the sting of the loss and what you want to learn from it?
I told them to listen to the other locker room that was celebrating. I was telling them to make sure that they understand what it means to beat a team like us, and listen to them celebrate. And I told them, at the end of the day, I'm not going to have this feeling next week, to make sure that we learn from it, that we're going to grow from it, but we're not going to have this feeling next week. And that I wanted them to make sure that everybody went back to the hotel, looked themselves in the mirror, and asked themselves if they did everything that they could to make sure that that we won the game. So, we're going to learn from it. We're going to take the lumps, but for me, I think it's gonna certainly make us better. For the remainder of the season. A lot to learn from it.
And last one, I asked Niall the same question as you return home for a couple of games. First against Monterey Bay on Saturday, and then the Open Cup against Nashville. We saw the size of the crowd against Pittsburgh the last time. The weather gets nicer, it grows larger. Just how important do you feel like the support will be over these next 2 games in terms of people coming out now that it's not 30 degrees on game day, and just the effect that they can have on the game?
Yeah, listen, it's been a difficult few months with the amount of travel that we've had. Obviously, certainly rotated the lineups is quite a bit. We are excited about being able to play in front of our fans here for a few games in a row. Excited about being able to get a week of preparation and leading into Monterey. But when you look at the atmosphere against Pittsburgh, I made it clear after that it's a game changer, and our players feed off of it. So to be able to have 3 of those in a row, we're certainly looking forward to it.